absolutely delighted by the support. We've taken industrial action before and successfully won things on pay, but never with a turnout remotely like this. So, to any of you here, any of you come out, why are you striking today?
To defend our pensions and to stop the pension cuts.
How do you feel for students during the strike action? Because students are missing out on a lot of contact time. Many are asking for reimbursement or compensation. What's your view on that?
So the action is directed at management, and the disruption involved is the only way to get management's attention and to get management back to the negotiating table. The action isn't intended to damage the interests of students, and we want students to support us because it's in their interest to have people who are involved in education who are well remunerated and who have good financial security.
To students who may be worried by these strikes, by the amount of contact time they're losing, what form of advice can you give to them or comfort?
I'd say that they should support their lecturers and they shouldn't cross the picket line, and that they shouldn't attend their seminars and their lectures, and that they should come and join us and support us in the interests of having universities that are well run, in the interest of having good education, in the interest of supporting staff, and in the interest of defending the idea that there should be financial security for people who are highly trained, that work very hard, and that work to provide them with an education.
Just to add something, I mean, we're teaching students to be better citizens and better equipped citizens, and this is part of it. I mean, we're teaching students that this is part of social action. This is how you are, a more responsible citizen and participant of society, and they're learning something from this as well. So it's not this thing as we're striking, therefore they're only losing out. They're also learning about how to behave in the social world.
So, decent dude, why are you protesting as students here on a lecturer strike?
Well, because the quality of teaching affects us all. When teachers suffer, we all suffer.
The thing is, if teachers' welfare isn't looked out for, then neither is ours, and we need to look after our teachers. At the end of the day, without our lecturers or seminar leaders, we wouldn't have doctors, lawyers, academics. Plus, academics spend all of their time getting their PhD. They spend all of this time where they're not paying into a pension, whereas other jobs you'll go straight in, you'll pay a pension. They need their pension, and it's unfair that it's been cut by 40%.
Do you deserve to be reimbursed?
Yes. Well, they're not paying the lecturers, but they're still charging us. So the university is still getting all of this extra money. Where's it going to?
But it's important to say that all the students here are here voluntarily. We're all showing solidarity with our teachers because it's the right thing to do, not because of any sort of gain that we can have.
Yeah, today is nothing about reimbursement. Today is about supporting the staff in their pension.
Can you explain your sign, actually?
Sure.
Is that, who is on that?
Okay, that's San Precario. He's the patron saint of the precariat. And this sign has actually come about in Europe, primarily Italy it began, and it spread to the rest of the Mediterranean and Latin America, to represent the growing precariat class, which up until now has always been seen as the unskilled and migrant classes, but has creeped up to the highly skilled. As you can see here today, the corporation, in this case the university being a company, being a business, and it does refer to itself as a business, is passing the risks of the business onto the employees. And in our case, passing pension cuts, which is something that a company should be taking care of, with certain benefits for their employees, especially because our wages have been stagnant, in fact decreasing vis-a-vis inflation. So we are taking more and more risk on. We have to work for our own recruitment. We're actually empty our own trash bins now. So we'll, provide for our own pensions. So more and more risk is placed on the employee.
No, it's quite interesting you made that point that you're standing up for your PhD students.
Yes.
When I've been around, and actually for the people that teach me, I'm a first year student, a lot of people that are striking are younger people,
yes.
PhD students. Why is that the case?
Yes, well, okay, because in terms of the pension scheme, it's not retroactive. So actually older lecturers have their pension on what would be 3 different schemes that have transitioned over time, and you're protected for past rules and regulations on pension. So I'm not too far from retirement age, so I would be protected on those previous two schemes and less protected on this last tier. But apart from that, before I became a lecturer in social anthropology, I was an investment banker on Wall Street. I used to restructure companies and bring companies public. And I do have a nest egg. So I feel like I am in a better position than most people. But the reason I'm here with so much passion and conviction is that I believe that this affects the future of higher education, but also the future employability of our students and our PhD students. And I don't mean to focus only on them, because I see my undergraduates and MA students as future PhD students, but our PhD students will be going into a job market that will exploit, just like we are exploiting now, our labor, and and base it entirely on our goodwill and free time. I don't know anyone that works less than 60 hours a week, and in fact, there are people that think that 60 hours is not enough. We recently got feedback on some kind of a survey where some people felt that no one should get study leave unless they're producing these maximum outputs constantly, which means completely ignore your family and completely ignore your health. So pensions is where, as one colleague put it, it sort of draws the line in the sand. Enough is enough.
Yeah, pension is one of those lines which just can't be crossed.
Yes, but it's also the last straw on the camel's back.
Do you see resolution in any of this, in the strikes?
I do, in the sense that I see resolution if businesses are smart, because the best businesses in the world right now are those that are value-driven. And the university needs to be value-driven. And I really am a strong believer that when you produce value, everything else is easy. So when you treat your lecturers as though they value, and you treat teaching as though it matters, because we're also on these work allocation models that actually give us credit for just walking in the classroom, but not for preparation, not for reading, not for turning it into a real presentation, in some cases even performance. We have lecturers that teach on multi-screens and spend weeks working on a presentation. So all the goodness of value is already based on the back of our passions and our goodwill. So we're already exploited at that level. It's not compensated for. So then to take our pension cuts away adds just another tier to what is already a very unstable ground.